cemetery. I will fight, never weary. I wanna be legendary.
We are live. Woo-hoo. Boys and girls, look at me. I still haven't taken a shower. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, so good times today, guys. Good times today. I can show you guys the community post that I attempted to make today to show you guys the torrential downpour. And I had this really cool lightning reel that I did where I was like, I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite a while. And then magically, like, lightning struck right behind me. So there's that. But nope, none of that stuff ended up getting uploaded because where I went today, boys and girls, there was zero signal. Zero, nothing, nada, nothing at all. Worst day ever. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all kinds of good stuff. Are you guys ready for this? I know you guys are. Let's see who's in the house. All right, we got, I think it was Mick Layton was first, Robert Sharp, Wes. Oh, Wes. Oh, you guys are just yakking it up. What are you guys doing, dude? Somebody said the cold sucks. And Robert, it's 5. It's 5 degrees, Robert said. That is absolutely, it's too cold to fish here. It's 5. I just wanted you guys to see that because it was like 80. No, it was like 72 today. It was absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately for me, boys and girls, I ended up in the worst storm you could ever imagine. And I just don't mean like one storm. I mean storm after storm after storm after storm after storm. And this went on for several hours, okay? And guess what I was doing last night, boys and girls? That's right. Let's, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's go right into this first, and then we're going to talk about it. Oh, what's that? You noticed? My fishing gloves? No, those are cool. Yeah, those are the new Heathen Squad socks for sure, folks. I'll tell you, my fishing day couldn't get any better. I got my gloves, and I got my socks. heathensquad.com. All right, so let me tell you guys how today started. Let's get right into it. You guys ready for this? Let's go. All right, so work was absolutely fine. Like, you know, as per usual, I'm on top of it. So work doesn't really bother me. I'm not like some people that dread going to work. I just go and get it done and then go on about my business. So today I get home, I go to switch out the truck, hook the truck up to the boat. I start backing up, noticing my backup camera is all jacked up. And I'm thinking, that's kind of odd. Maybe there's just something on it. So I get out and check. Nope, looked like somebody's been messing with my backup camera. I said, that's kind of crazy. Then I looked down and noticed that my $169 Weston 4-inch drop hitch with master lock is gone. Gone. The lock was $40. The hitch was $169. $209 today, boys and girls, spent just that quick. Because you know I got to get another one. Oh, and a ball. I got to get another ball, too. On top of that. Yeah, they don't come with balls. Yeah, imagine that. No, you got to buy one of those, too. So it's going to be more like $269 today. Because I think it's like $50 for the ball. For the one that hooks up to that receiver that is impossible to get out. Yeah. And if you buy that master lock, it's impossible to get it off there, too. Just so we're all clear. Yeah. So somebody stole that. That's where I started my adventure today. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to let that get me down. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm going to keep going. I am going to be strong. You understand? I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to go out and I'm just going to crush it. Weather's beautiful. I got the AC on. I'm talking to Outlaw. We're on the phone. We're yakking it up. We're shooting it back and forth. I says, man, you know, let me get out. I got to get out on the water here. I'm telling him the story about the missing ball hitch. He's like, yeah, you know, we're building back better and this is what happens. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what's going on. So I get out to the lake, right? No big deal, dude. I spent, okay, better part of like 3 hours last night pondering, getting myself some new rain gear, right? But here's the dilemma, boys and girls. The dilemma is this. I do not know what color rain gear to get. So hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do something real quick. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Let me turn on some more tunes. All right, so here's where we're at, boys and girls. Let me get rid of all this stuff. All right, snooze that. Hold on. I'm gonna put you guys in this in just a second. I have to do this first. I gotta find it so I can show you guys. It's called FTX. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right, you guys ready for this? Boom, let's go. All right, so here's what we got going on, boys and girls, because I'm kind of torn, right? So this is what I'm torn on. I'm torn on this color right here. Oh, come on. This color right here. Can you guys see that? That's pretty sweet, right? I'm torn on that color with that pattern, or I'm thinking this color. Oh, come on. Bass Pro Shop. All right, you guys ready for this? All right, let's do this. Let's make these bigger. Let's change it to this color 2 hours later. Tap to zoom. All right, guys. So there's the black and gray. Okay, we're going to do a vote. We're going to take a poll. I'm going to have to make a poll here in just a second. So here's the black and gray. All right, that's one choice. Or that's Cryptic Typhoon. And then there's Cryptic Neptune. So you guys check this one out. What do you think of that? I think the blue goes with the pearl. But I'm getting, I got to get a rain suit, dude. All I got's a set of uppers. I thought my lowers were good. The last time I put my my camos on, like half of the inside seam seals were like shot. So that thing just collected water in the neck, and it was just flowing down my back. So that's what I did Monday night, right? So I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, well, which one do I want? And then I'm looking at the size charts, and I'm like, well, you know, I like the black and gray. Well, there's a white too, dude. Hold on, let me see if I can find it in the white, because the white is absolutely sick. But there's only one problem with the white. So hold on, let me see if I can find the white. I don't think they have it at Tackle Warehouse. I'm definitely getting the FTX. Okay, so hold on. Let me see if they have it in the white. Let me scroll down. I'm getting the bibs too. I'm going to have the overalls. Like, I'm not playing, dude. I'm tired. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was abs. Let's see if Cabela's has it. Hold on. It's loading. No, Cabela's doesn't have the white available either. I think that's only through Frog Tog. I think that's only through the Frog Tog people. Ah, that sucks, because I wanted you guys to see the white and gray. The white and gray was really sweet, dude. It was like really, really camo, digi camo, white and gray. So I got to thinking about it, and I was like, dude, you know what would suck? Is I would totally like rock these white and gray ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things are off the hook, dude. These things are really cool. But here's the problem. When it's raining, boys and girls, what color is it? It's white and gray. So the last thing I want to do is be up on the deck of a boat and be wearing the same thing as everything around me, because you won't see me. I kind of want to be visible. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the rain, which is why the black ones got me thinking, because that would look like a big tree stump or a tree limb or a pylon or something. People are going to avoid that. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to come at a pylon. So if I look dark black, I'm good. The blue, I'm kind of torn, man. I'm not going to lie. That does look kind of sweet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's got all the elements of the blue pearl in there. Yeah, but what do I do if my next boat's not blue? So I'm kind of torn. I don't know which direction to go. And those are expensive, dude. Good God. All right. So, yeah, like I was saying, man. So that's where I'm at. So far, I've got 2 on black and gray. I'm thinking we're going to stick with the black and grays too, man. I'm thinking we're going to stick with the black and grays. They're pretty sweet. I will say the black and grays are pretty sweet. We're going to see. Well, you know what? We'll do like a picture poll when I get them on Friday. So be like on the lookout over here on this thing. All right. So for those of you guys that know, go to the community tab and I'll put up a poll. You know what I'm saying? I keep you guys informed of what's going on. Look, it already says create new image poll just because I was talking about it. Stinking AI, you know what I'm saying? Like, just that quick. It was like, yeah, we got you, bud. Don't worry. We're going to live stream, put that right out in your guarantees. This will work. So, yeah. So anyway, I beat like the first 3 hours of the storm just by staying in the sprinkles. Okay, just by staying in the sprinkles. I ended up 3 lakes away from the lake that I put in on, but I was avoiding this storm. Then I got pushed back in a corner, boys, and I will tell you what, the lightning began hitting within a couple of 100 yards. All right, I'm just going to say, okay, so they say that for every second past when you see the lightning to when you hear the thunder is the distance, right? Or is it hear the thunder to, I think it's see the lightning to hear the thunder. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's like so many miles, right? Let's just say that it was hitting and popping at the same time. I got flash boomed like 4 times in a row within a couple of 100 yards. And I'm like, I put the rods down. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I had no rod in my hand. I seen this thing like just all of a sudden out of nowhere, dude. This black death sky. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. First, it gets a little gray, and then you see the low pressure. Okay, so when you guys ever like wonder what low pressure and high pressure is? Okay, so when the clouds are like way up high and they're out in the atmosphere, that's considered high pressure. And then when you get those low pressure clouds, right, that's the ones that seem to be like lower in the atmosphere, like you can almost reach up and touch them sometimes. And low pressure is what brings rain, lots of it. Okay, so where you start seeing low pressure rolling in on wherever you're at, and them clouds are not white, but they're looking nasty, little dingy gray, and there's darker ones that'll usually follow, yeah, that's going to be a pretty good sized storm. You understand what I'm saying? So it's okay though, because I knew right off the bat, dude, I'm just going to get out of here. I'm going to try to get out of here as fast as I can. I'm going to get around to the other side of the lake, right? I'm like, it looks like there's blue skies on the other side of the lake. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. You guys know that when I say everything's going to be fine, there is 110,000% chance that it's about to get real. Like struggle bus, worst day ever. Okay, this is my first official pre-fish. All right, which means there wasn't a whole lot of fish caught. I caught 5. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I saw a lot more. You understand? Like, I didn't swing at everything that I could see, because the last thing I want to do is just set up on a Tuesday and absolutely destroy my fishing area that I've been searching for. You know what I mean? For Sunday. For those of you that don't know, Tournament Sunday. So, you know, we're going to have a lot to talk about on Tuesday, boys and girls. A lot to talk about on Tuesday. Oh, what's that? You guys want to see this? I love this thing. Look at that, guys. It's the Heathen Squad official jersey. Yep. It's about that time, boys. I will have one of these on. Don't worry. I will have one of these on underneath my gear. So at weigh-ins, I'll just try to pull that gear off unless it's like seriously torrential downpour again, which it probably will be. But I'm going to tell you guys something cool, man. I've been thinking about this. So you guys get an idea. I'm really excited about fishing a series. Like, I don't know if you guys know it or not. Like, I'm stressed out. Don't get me wrong. I'm super stressed out, man. I know still got a few things to do. You know, this is a ride along weekend. So I've got one tournament that I've got to be a co-angler, and that's this weekend. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm fishing with a pretty cool guy. From what I know of him, he seems like a fantastic dude. He's got ideas just as I do, you know, but he knows that fishing's fishing, and I'm hoping his attitude stays good and positive, because you know me, I'm always positive out on the water. You know what I mean? No bad vibes. I think all my maintenance on my reels is good. I'm gonna give a quick oil into everything this weekend, probably Saturday, only because Friday, today, they got a little wet. All right. When I say a little wet, let's just say at one point the bilge pump turned on, and about 35 seconds into hearing this thing going, and I'm watching it, okay? This thing's shooting like 4 feet out the side of the boat because I put a bigger bilge pump in it. I know, I had to. I can't do that little one. It scares me, man. If I have emergency evac bilge, I need to know that I can empty the boat in like a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, empty it. Dude, I hit the worst whiteout rain. I had to just stop where I was because the wind gusts were hitting like 30 miles an hour. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Wind gusts were hitting like 30 miles an hour, dude, and this stuff was hitting me in the face in like sheets. But you guys know me, man. I wear a face mask. Like, I know some people are like, dude, that's cheesy, you know? Who wears a face mask? That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And I have to remind them that while you guys are getting smacked in the face by bugs and rain and all that other stupid stuff, guess what I'm not doing? I'm not dealing with any of that because I wear a face shield. You understand? Like, I wear a face shield. I know some of you guys have seen it. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about when I say I wear a face shield. Here it is right here. There's my face shield. And you can also see it. Hold on. And we will see it. Oh, my eye. I got something in my eye at work. I haven't even showered. I keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real. Just so we're clear. Hold on. Where is it? Where is purpose? All right, hold on. Let's go to my episode trailers. That's Headwaters The Return. There it is. All right, so you guys know. Oh, wait. Okay, where did it go? That's kind of weird. All right, let's try that again. There it is. Let's hit that. Okay, so I'll show you my face mask, dude. Some of you guys are going to pick on me, but trust me, you'll learn. That's the hitch they stole.
Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been?
There's my face mask.
That's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts.
I've got interchangeable lenses, dude, so I can go clear or I can go tinted, and they're polarized tinted, so it's really kind of neat. But yeah, man, those things, dude, I'm going to tell you right now. That mask is stupid. Don't. Yeah, all right. I got Buddy one. We went back in some nasties cruising about 40 mile an hour, 45 mile an hour. Took a dragonfly to his lens. Nothing wrong. They're not like bulletproof, but they're like 22 caliber, capable. So it hit and exploded in his in his eye, in his lens, which was fine. But I was thinking to myself, imagine even if you had sunglasses on and that thing like smacked you in your face doing like 40. Dude, those dragonflies down there are like 4.5 to 6 inches, dude. These things are big. They weigh like a pound and a half sometimes. Like they're big dragonflies, dude. You take one of those bad boys in the face, 45, 50 mile an hour, you're going to damn near come off the boat. So yeah, I tend to wear a face mask. It might trip Dennis out. We're not really getting up on plane or making any big runs, but I always make sure I got my face mask, dude. I'm not going to eat something. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do it. So ever since I bought that thing, I even rolled with it today. Unfortunately, I had the tinted lenses in, so I couldn't see crap. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it got bad, dude. When I say it got dark, it like became nighttime. I took off my rain jacket. You guys are going to love this. So I took off my rain jacket, right? And literally as I undid the zipper because the bottom's fitted around your waist because I keep it snug, dude, as soon as I unzipped that zipper, water just literally flowed out. All of my inside shirt was so saturated, dude. I started shivering, and then it happened. Oh. Suddenly, the sun came out of a clearing in the sky, and all I kept saying to myself was, oh my God, I've just got to take everything off and hope it dries somewhat. Well, let me tell you, my performance hoodie from heathensquad.com. This thing dried out quick, dude. And I'm talking, it was wring it out, saturated wet, but it didn't matter. Didn't matter because my performance hoodies, it made all the difference today. Made all the difference between me freezing to death and 7, because you guys know me, man. It gets below 85 and I start shivering. Like 70 degrees is cold to me. It's really cold. Anything under 72, it's bad, dude. I'm like, oh God, I got to turn on some heat. I got to put more clothes on. I've lived in hot places in the deserts and stuff like that for so long that this kind of stuff just, it destroys me. And the humidity has been so bad. It's just been horrible. So let's get into tonight's story. Well, guys, Sunday is the big day. I don't know what time we're meeting up yet. I don't even know all the particulars just yet. I know where we're meeting up, and that's all I need to know, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to do a little maintenance on Friday, just adding a little Earl to all my barons and making sure all the barons are Earled, and then I'm going to go ahead and just pack it up. Just straight pack it up. Be ready for Sunday, because there's nothing left for me to do. I have a ton of stuff to do around the house on Saturday. So, I mean, I'll be working all day Saturday. But Sunday is for fishing. You know what I mean? And I've got a little plan. We're going to see how it works out. I can't show and talk to you guys about any of it yet because, I told you, if we get a chance to pre-fish and there's signal, we'll pre-fish with signal, but you won't see much. Let's just say I'll have a camera running. For Sunday. Just one. Nothing crazy. Just one camera just to document fish catches. So if there's any question about anything that I do, I can show it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can literally show it to you right now. Which fish was it? Which one you question? You know what I mean? I've got some stuff packed. I've got my 5 cull tags. I've got my super scale. I know you guys saw that, right? You didn't? I did it. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the super scale, didn't you? I don't know. Hold on one second. I'll show it to you. Glad I decided to show you guys this thing because it's soaked. Everything's soaked. There was no stopping the rain, dude. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I was Lieutenant Dan today. Let's just go. We'll just say that. I was Lieutenant Dan today. That's how bad it was. All right, hold on. Let me dry this thing. Good God, this thing's soaked. That thing's soaked. think I ruined a microphone today, one of my lapel mics. I had it on because I was like, oh, we'll go live. It looks like the weather's going to hold out. Yeah. Oh, it held out all right. I hope the scale's waterproof. That's a joke. It better be. I'll be pissed. All right, guys. So I got this new scale. All right, we'll show you. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys this, but it's going to make things a little bit easier for me. So it's lit up and stuff. Here, let's see if I can get it to where you guys can see it. Okay, there you go. All right, so check it out. So there was the other day's fishing adventure. 4 fish, 152, 257, 213, 238. That was 4 fish that I caught the other day. We went 8.62 pounds, if you guys remember that. So let's go ahead and we'll clear the scale. All right, scale's clear. All right, now we have to try to edit out some of these fish. I don't remember how to do that. I'll figure all that stuff out. I'll figure out how to clear all those previous scale weights and stuff like that. But yeah, so this thing's going to be a lot of fun. I'm bringing call tags 1 through 5. So you assign them a number. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will keep track of 8 for you. But nonetheless, so once you weigh the fish, you just block it in and then put the assigned cull tag number and you're golden. You know what I'm saying? You go about your business, go back to fishing. You know just about where your weight's going to be because this thing's really, really accurate, like super accurate. Hold on. As I throw it across the room. No, it's like super accurate. So I think I should be pretty close, but it'll give me a pretty good ability to manage my bag. The real question is, are we going to have to do any kind of culling? Are we going to have to do any swapping? Is anything going to be swapped out or is it just going to be giants? No, in reality, man, I'm just hoping for 5 fish. Like that's where my day's going. I'm gonna pretty much throw the gamut. I've got just about everything ready to rock and roll, if you know where I'm coming from. So I'm pretty excited about that, man. Other than that, it should be an interesting one. It should be a really interesting day. I mean, I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping everything works out and we have a lot of fun. But you know how that goes. So what else you guys been doing? So I was doing that, man. I've just been looking at junk on the old internet and spent all day Monday. I should have bought those things and then just had them delivered super fast, but it looks like they'll be here Friday. So we'll have a little Friday, maybe a Friday night get together. Who knows? Who knows what we might do? You never know. Things get a little crazy. But yeah, on a serious note, man, I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Because when Tuesday's episode, we're going to talk about the results of Sunday. We're going to talk about it. There should be some stuff to talk about. I'm really hoping we got some stuff to talk about. There's no telling, man. There's really no telling what could happen this weekend. Anything can happen. It's fishing, bro. More than likely, they're saying it's going to be... what did they say? 32. They said it was going to be 32 in the morning. So there's that. If anything screams fish shut off, it's 32-degree weather, But air temp and water temp are totally different. The water could, end up being like 64, 65, and that would be fantastic. I don't think it will, given that, we're talking about like 32-degree freezing weather above the surface. I've got my wet gear pants or my wet gear boots, and I've got my wet gear gloves, fishing gloves. So we're good there. I've got full-length, finger-length gloves that I'll be using this weekend. They're still in the boat. Not the good ones that I fished during the summer. I got to get another set of those, though. You know how that goes. But all in all, man, it's looking like it's going to be a nightmare. As per the usual, but I'm really staying positive. I'm really thinking this time's going to be different. It's always going to be different. But I'm probably just going to end up wearing rain gear all day. And I'm just being honest, man. And people are probably gonna look at me like I'm crazy or like there's something wrong with me, and I'm be like, no, no, I'm just waiting for the inevitable. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for the weather to turn loose. So I've been staring at weather apps for the last couple of days, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Fish patterns are weird. We've had really weird lunar cycles as of lately, you guys. Just so you know. I mean, like moon's full up at like 11:30 in the afternoon type of stuff. Like everything's literally just switching as far as the lakes go and stuff like that. So I don't know. Preemptive strike. Yeah, that's the way it feels, Wes. But yeah, we're going to find out, man. I found some interesting stuff today. Places that I know I would fish. Kind of intended on fishing them there anyway. Just didn't realize that it was like an hour run. You know what I'm saying? An hour down there and then an hour back. When you're on crunch time, man, and that's kind of another thing I want to talk to you guys about, man, is like you guys really don't realize the amount of time management that has to go into doing stuff like this. Like you're constantly wanting to move so fast. Like today, like my first fish of today. So I caught my first fish of the day, right? I hooked up on the first fish, started bringing it back to the boat, and for some reason, dude, like, I don't know. Let's just say I had a moment. Like, I was just like, burn it back to the boat, dude. And this is a good size 3.5, 4 pound fish. And right off the bat, dude, I caught myself like trying to horse this thing in. And I started thinking about it when I was out there today. And I was like, man, you know what really sucks is like, you have to really use your head. Just because you're in a tournament does not mean the object is to just zip every fish back to the boat, because there's a pretty good chance they're going to come off. Your line's going to break. Anything could happen at that point, So I spent time today setting all my drags, making sure everything's where it needs to be, and just kind of like getting back to fundamental fishing, really paying attention. But I caught myself again today, when I say paying attention, I'll tell you what I wasn't paying attention. And that was the problem. I started moving really fast. I gave myself a little bit of time. I said, okay, here's how long I'm going to spend here. Here's how long I'm going to spend here. Every single time I spent over that amount of time, because you guys know me, man. One more cast, just want to see. There should be type of thing. You know what I mean? And just taking those chances and realizing, oh, there is, or no, there's not. I had 2 hang-ups today. I'm fishing in a lot of timber. To give you guys an idea, like there's areas on these lakes because they're so flooded, they're so full where I'm going this weekend. Not going to disclose that yet, but where I'm fishing this weekend, there's just so much wood. There's trees laying down. The water is so high that the wetlands are saturated to the point where root systems are giving up. There's trees falling out into the lake, falling away from the lake. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff to fish that should all have fish, but it doesn't. One thing that it does have is the uncanny, a lightning could strike. Thanks, Wes. What it does have is the uncanny ability to grab your hook. That's what I dealt with today. Nothing really major. This river, well, they call it a river, but it's called a lake. But if you ask me, it's a river. But this thing, dude, is ridiculously deep, especially with the water up as high as it is right now. Hold on. Especially with the water as high as it is right now, it's gonna make struggle fest. And somebody's gonna have a pattern. Somebody's gonna finish. Yeah, I'm passing through what's good. Hey, what's up, Brad? Nothing, man. Just hanging out. I'm really interested in seeing some of the different techniques that Buddy pulls out. My fishing partner. This could get interesting. I mean, he might show me something that I would have never thought to use in that scenario. I might show him something that he never thought to use in that scenario. But the thing that I have to remember is that, I'm fishing for me, unfortunately. It's not a team event. This is an individual event, 2 different divisions. So, it's really important that I'm kind of a slave to who's running the boat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a boater this time, so things are going to be a little interesting. When I'm on my own rig, then I have my own plan and I make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But the thing I've noticed is that I caught myself today not utilizing my time efficiently. I'm pretty sure there's about 100,000% chance that the fact that I was saturated with water, and when I say saturated, I mean like every time I put my arm down, water flowed out of my jacket and my shirt. And then when the rain stopped and I pulled my pant leg up, there was water flowing in my pant leg and into my shoes. So I was totally saturated from head to toe for a better portion of about 5.5 hours today. That's why we didn't go live fishing. I doubled up with the fact that there was no signal, because I would have already had my rain gear ordered had that have been it. But, again, you live and you learn. You live and you learn, man. We're reaching here, but I think a rain suit's a pretty important thing to have right about now. So we got some different sizes. I'm going to wear some sweaters. I'm going to see what's going on, and then decide which sizes fit. And if I got both different colors. I got the cryptic in the blue, and then I got the cryptic in the black and gray. So we're going to look at both of them. Maybe we'll do a little live here. Am I limited to the tackle that I can carry? Honestly, Brad, I don't really think like that. I already told Buddy I'm bringing 7 rods. One way or another, there's going to be 7 rods in the boat. That's just so I don't have to tie knots. You know what I'm saying? They all stay neatly together, but I do need room for 7 rods and a backpack. Because I'll show you, man. Here, that's a good question, Brad. We'll go through it. Check this out, man. So I'll show you the travel bag, dude. Hold on. Let's turn on some tunes. All right, man. So the travel bag. It's a GoPro bag, so it's waterproof, and I keep my GoPros in there when I'm out fishing. I doubt I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring the bag. That's all I'm gonna bring. I'm not bringing my whole tackle box. I keep usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10 lures in a bag. This is usually new stuff that I haven't broke out yet. So I kind of wait and see if the situation dictates, and if I need one of those, they're in there. But I keep a bunch of these in my bag. Oh, smack. I keep a bunch of these in my bag, and then these are, each one of them's different. I keep 3 of these in my tackle bag. I'll show you. It's a good question, man. So I keep 3 of these bins in there, right? And one bin has got stuff in it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. These aren't like set up for any rhyme or reason. They're just the lures that I'm gonna be using while I'm fishing an area. So there's, some top water stuff in this one. There's a couple of jerk baits. There's a couple of square bill cranks, because it's that time of year. And then I keep one of them for my tackle, my terminal tackle, my hooks and different weights and stuff like that. And then I don't have to bring the big one, because most of the time I'm pretty much going to either have a 4 or a 5/0 hook. So that's just a standard, you know what I mean? And then maybe 3 or 4 different weight sizes, a couple of jig heads, and we move on. That's pretty much how I do it. Then I keep in the third one, again, just another random assortment. This has got some top water, some, rattle traps and stuff like that. I keep a jig in there just in case, the jig fishing starts to be the thing where it's so slow, you just got to like crawl a little 1/2 ounce jig head with a skirt on it around the lake. I got that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, just in case we need it. And then I keep a binder of my soft plastics. And in there, I've got usually 3, sometimes 4 different styles of the same thing. Like, here's jerk shad, 4-inch in bad shad. jerk shad in Slam Shady, jerk shad 4-inch in Pearl, and then we go up to 5-inch Streaks, which is just like a 5-inch jerk shad. And then I got that in Opening Night. I got that in Pearl. I got that in Smoky Shad. These are all 5-inch baby bass. Then I go with Finesse TRDs. That's the 2-inch, 2.75 Green Pumpkin 4-inch TRD, Blue Black TRD, PB&J TRD, and then I go big with the 5-inch Fatty Z's, 5-inch Zinkers, which is like a stick bait but it floats, and then Bang Sticks at 5.75. So I go, and then 7-inch. I go all the way up to 7-inch worms in here in different colors, and then I keep usually a set of punch, something that I can punch. Like this one right here just happens to be crawfish, 4-inch in Blue Black Flake. I did team up with a dude once and he limited me to a small tackle and 2 poles. Yeah, no, Brad, that's because he's not concerned with you. He's concerned with him. My rule is if it can sit on my side of the boat, dude, then I'm bringing it. You understand what I'm saying? And if I have to put it on my lap, I'll put it on my lap. I don't care. But it won't be forward of the seats. You know what I'm saying? I'll lay it across the back. It doesn't bother me, you know, but you can't limit me to 2 poles, dude. That's just, it's never going to happen. That's not fair. You know what I mean? If that was the case, then buddy, you get 2 poles and we'll see how many knots you tie. Cause I tie a lot of knots. What I don't want to do during a fishing tournament is tie a lot of knots. You know, I want to be able to just reach down and pick up something. If I see a fish doing something and I just want to reach down and pick up my pole, you know, and I know what he'll bite and I'll throw it over there. You're not going to limit me like that. I can tell you that right now. Why not a swivel shot and a clip, instant half a dozen rods? Yeah, you know, here's what I'll tell you about that, man. As far as the swivel shot clips, with things like jerk baits and stuff like that, they work fine for square bills. It's actually a preferred way to use a square bill is with that. But if you learn how to tie the Rapala knot or Rapala or however you want to say it, if you learn how to tie that knot, it's like having a... So, okay, OBS says disconnected and reconnected. Thanks, OBS. Cool, are we back to it now? Thanks, okay. I don't know what just occurred, but yeah, I'm not a snap swivel type of guy, man. I'm really not. Like I try to make knots specific. There's certain kind of knots that a snap swivel won't work with. You know what I mean? Like when I'm doing punching and stuff like that, I tie a Snell knot, you know, and these are all different knot techniques that over the years I've learned because they work. You know, certain hooks require certain knots. That's a whole nother episode that we can get into. You know what I'm saying? And one day we'll sit down and go through all that. But there's a lot of different baits. Okay, so to give you an idea, if I want to throw a spinner bait, Mick, I can't throw a spinner bait on a swivel shot. Got to actually tie a knot. You know what I'm saying? You got to end up tying a knot. So if I want to transition that into, I don't know, a worm, you know, and I've got to tie a 5/0 on, now I'm tying again. Or I can just have a rod with a worm. I can have a rod with a spinnerbait. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. That's how I do it. And I'll just reach down. Every one of them set up in particular for that particular weight. You know, and that's another thing, line size, you know, sometimes when you're punching, you know, and you're flipping and you're out there working the worm, you know, or you're bringing back the Big Easy Gambler, you're going to want 30, 40 pound line. You know, if you're throwing a big 2 3/8 swim bait, 2 3/8 ounce swim bait, 3 ounce swim bait, you're going to want 80 pounds. You know, you don't want to just toss it out there on some 10 pound and watch that thing catch a wind knot, snap right off and throw that, you know, $160 bait right out somewhere in the lake because they probably don't float. You know what I mean? So that would, I don't know. That's really limiting someone to the point where you're just really not concerned. You know, you're really not interested in that person doing anything other than riding with you on your boat. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not being a team player. I'm not saying let buddy up on the deck and he's casting in there with you. I didn't say anything about that. But I will definitely say that if it's not impeding you walking around on your boat, then it's no big deal. And if it's laying on my side, you know, where I'm sitting and it's pointing out the back of the boat, then where's the problem? There isn't one. You know, you're just making it up, because what you don't want is me to be in the way of your 16 rods that you got out on your deck, because you're going to try to land every fish on the back of the boat. Why? Well, you know, you got too many poles on the front. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry, man. I'm hitting buttons. Yeah, and again, if you try to run a swivel shot on a jerk bait, you're going to find out that's not going to work out for you. Rattle trap, it's going to cause helicopter. A lot of things you don't realize, man, that a lot of times you're hurting your techniques. A lot of people don't realize that their knot choices destroy their bait presentation. Absolutely destroy it. Just messes it right up. And they wonder why they don't get bit on that. And they're like, that bait's crap. Meanwhile, all you did was tie the wrong knot. You know what I'm saying? Or you use the wrong swivel shot and when you shouldn't have. It's great when you're running crankbaits, but I don't prefer it on a jerkbait. That front hook on the jerkbait gets caught up in the swivel shot, and then it doesn't come back right. And if that was the one time that the fish is going to get a chance to see my presentation, I don't want to blow it. And again, line size, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a big proprietor. I'm big on line size. You know, every technique's got a different line size. It just depends on how much you got to feel or what you're going to have to bring it through. You know, I'm going to use something heavier if I'm throwing, you know, rattle trap out there. I'm going to be 30, maybe 40 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Rattle trap's going to get hung up on all kinds of stuff. It's going to get caught. I need to be able to get it back to the boat. I'm throwing 6 hooks out there, you know, 3 on each treble hook. So I set my stuff to that. Also, every rod that I have is a different, you know, specific drag system. I've got some as high as 25 and I've got some as low as 10, you know, and the reason for that is it's got 10-pound line, a 10-pound drag system, and I'm throwing out, you know, a 1/16 of an ounce weight lure. You know, you can't, if we got to go small, you can't limit me. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. That's not fair at all, bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that doing anybody any favors? I'm going to go pay money to bring 2 rods. What are we, live baiting? You know what I mean? I'm going to ask you, where are we fishing? Oh, we'll have a little fish here, we'll fish there. Okay, well, if I'm bringing 2 rods, I need to know exactly what we're fishing. Period. Like, are we in an area that has this, this, and this? Yes. Okay. Is that all we're doing? No. All right. Well, then we get 2 more rods because we're going to a different area. And then I'm up to 4. And then if he tells me you're going to 5 different areas, I'm bringing 10. You know what I'm saying? Because you're telling me we're fishing in 10 different environments and you're expecting me to do this on like 2 rods and reels. You know, I don't think so, dude. I really don't. That's absolutely absurd. You know what I'm saying? I would sit that out, dude. I'll go fish with somebody else, like straight up. Like I'll ask, I'll beg to get on somebody else's boat. So then y'all can hear about Buddy's 2-pole rule with his 16 rods on the deck, and meanwhile he only throws 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm known to hit 3 casts with 5 different lures right to start the day. My first 15 casts of the day are usually 5 different baits, 3 each. Same area. I'll cast 15 times in the same area just to see if one of those things hits. If it's an area that I feel that strongly about, you know, fishing, because I really have a feeling something's there, or I've been using the optics and I've got that area locked in. Yeah, no, I will wear my entire gamut of lures out to see if something will bite. Hate living up here. People are posting native trout spots and boats don't work. Man, you know, and that's the whole thing, Brad. You know, and that brings me to another point, man. So I got to the ramp today and there was like 40 crappie carcass on the ramp. And I don't mean like off the end of the dock. I mean like on the shore, 3-4 feet up from the water bank where they'd been cleaning crappie and then just tossing it on the ground. Like 40 of them. Like, it was disgusting. I almost took a picture of it, but I was like, yeah, that'll violate a terms of service. Hey, what's up, Maddie? That'll violate a terms of service. But it was just brutal, dude. Like, watching how some people treat these fisheries and stuff, it's really, really, really saddening. It's really saddening, man. But it's not half as bad as, a guy telling you can only bring 2 poles on his boat. Yeah, like I said, that would have started a bit. Dude, I would have argued that to the point where he would have been disqualified for even making that statement. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. Buddy should not be in these tournaments. Buddy should not be allowed to have a co-angler. Yeah. Buddy should just, you know what? That's as unsportsmanlike as it gets, man. Especially when I pull up and see 16 rods on your deck, dude. And I'm just going to look at you and be like, yeah, that's why you're that guy, That's why you're going to come in the low tier of the bottom 10 because you're so interested in what everybody else is doing instead of just saying, hey, man, you can bring whatever the hell you want as long as it's not in my way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. If you got to stack shit on the front of my boat where I'm fishing, you're not fishing with me. You know what I mean? But you're more than welcome to take a back bin and throw your stuff in there. If it's more than that bin, I can't do nothing for you. Mine fits right in the seat. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. If my butt's not in it, the bag's in it. And if my bag's, if I'm in it, then my bag's on my lap, strapped to me, and we're on our way, because my bag's also a flotation device. And you got to wear, life vests and stuff like that. So it's whatever. It happens. But, well, guys, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna get myself a shower, man. I am super, super dirty. I just had the worst rain shower day of days, and we're gonna get back into the new adventures because this weekend is the big one. What's my favorite tournament rod setup out of the gate? Don't laugh, man. It's a 7'3" medium heavy spin cast on 15-pound line. That's my out of the gate. I'm coming inclusive. You understand what I'm saying? I am coming inclusive. If I've got to have one rod, one reel, it's gonna end up being a Ned for sure. Because I can work the Ned back to the boat with like just little tick, 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 and reels at the same time. Tick, 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 and reel. And bring it back to the boat as a swim bait style. Or I can just do my old tip up method, and do my little dink dinks and just bring it back to the boat real, real slow. A lot of it's environment though, man. So like if it's heavy wind, bud, if it's heavy wind and we can get tucked up on the the side that it's not where it's blowing from, then I can, that kind of stuff works. But if you're stuck on the other side, man, and the wind just seems to be coming from every direction, that whole idea goes right out the bat. Right out, just toss that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm already stepping up into something with 20-pound, 30-pound line on it because now I've got to do something heavier. I got to throw a jackhammer. I got to throw something in a 1/2 ounce that I can keep stable in the water column because the turbulent water, from all that wind, it's going to mess with my presentation. So, I mean, to ask me that kind of question, that's why I bring a bunch. Because it's always going to change, dude. Like, it's really going to depend on what the environment is I'm fishing. And once I can determine the environment that I'm fishing, I can tailor my presentation, what I want to present to the fish based on where we're fishing. And then what I want to fish with is going to determine what rod I have set up for that. You know what I mean? Like if you're throwing a 5/0, heavy wire hook on 10-pound line, braid or not, I don't care. There's like a 99% chance you're going to experience breakage. There's certain things you can't do, so I try to stay in those parameters, of what I know works and when. And I've noticed that as far as the feel and the ability to present, I stick with the lighter stuff, man. The finesse stuff's where it's at. But big fish, man, they bite big things and little things. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot more fun when you're throwing 60 and 80-pound braid and you're just flipping into holes and something grabs it and you grab up on that fish. Because now instead of having that elongated fight from a distance, the fight turns into like 5 feet from the boat. You know what I'm saying? And it's on, dude. And if you don't have the correct drag reel, or your drag's not set correct, or your line's not A-OK, I mean, it's break city, dude. It's going to be quick, and you're just going to be heartbroken because that might have been that fish. That might have been the one you needed, you know? So I try to avoid that by having a bit of a choice, you know, a selection of what I want and when I want it, and certain things, man, I bring them, but that doesn't mean I'll get a chance to use them. You know, like today, I had a plan for a couple of different lures, but as soon as the weather started setting in, dude, all that went out the window. You know, all that stuff goes out the window, and that's just how it works. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. But like I said, man, 8 inches of snow. Good God. We will be back probably, if not Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. We got to do a little vote. I'll put up a poll in the community tab for those of you guys that know about that. Shoot over and check that out, because we're going to put in a little poll. One more time. All right. And we are going to probably have a vote. So you just go to the page and you hit community, and we're going to have a little vote on which rain gear we want to keep, because that's kind of, you know, one of those things, man. And other than that, I'll keep you guys posted. If anything slamming big comes through on Sunday, I'll put another post in the community tab and we'll move forward from there. But if not, man, we'll have something to talk about on Tuesday. So as I said, guys, once again, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.